Amid all the closings and the restructurings and the consolidations and the slogans and the new ways of becoming church and becoming Eucharist and becoming community, and amid all the focus on making all things new, I can't help but wonder, why do we need to venture down this path at all? Why do we need to so blindly and cowardly do away with the sacrifices and the structures and the history of this Diocese of St. Cloud in Minnesota? And I think it's because we do not want the responsibility of living up to the heritage we were born into. Like a son or a daughter who has the option of inheriting the successful family business, we look at ourselves and we do not think ourselves able to muster up what is necessary to continue moving this mission forward. Now, I can only write about what I've seen personally and experienced personally, and what I've seen and experienced is this: that we as a diocese, we do not even want to be healed. What do I mean by that? Well, when Jesus meets the man by the pool of Bethesda, he asks him this question: do you want to be healed? The man does not say yes. Instead, he makes excuses for why he is not healed. Well, there isn't anyone to bring him to the pool at the right time, and people keep cutting in front of him, and basically it's been impossible. Impossible. But he doesn't say yes. He doesn't understand fully who he's talking to. He doesn't understand who Jesus is, and so it seems impossible. And that's us. That is you and me and our local parish council and our ACC planning committees and our deaneries and our leadership. It's us. Jesus is there. He's here asking us if we want to be healed. Do we want these churches to stay open? Do we want these schools to thrive again? Do we want to increase vocations? Do we want everyone in this diocese to become Catholic? Do we want reverent liturgies? Do we want truly Catholic schools? Do we want to build a Catholic culture, a mini Christendom right here in central Minnesota, like the missionary priests and pioneers who settled here tried to build and succeeded in building? You see, like the man at the pool of Bethesda, we do not answer this question for Jesus. Not really. We say, oh, of course we want more priests, and of course we want truly Catholic schools, and of course the churches, we want them all to stay open and vocations to increase, and we want reverent liturgies, and we want everyone to be, well, do we really want everyone to be Catholic? Of course we do, right? Of course we do. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yet, I don't know of one other person who has prayed for all of the churches, every one of them in this diocese, to stay open. All of them. Now, I know many former Catholic school buildings that are funded by the parishioners to maintain, yet despite being presented with a plan for those schools to be reopened, they're kept closed. The parishioners who pay the bills are locked out of the buildings that they pay to upkeep, even as they sit empty. The endowments that generations of Catholics who have sacrificed to fund just vanish to a place that no parishioner knows of. And amid a priest shortage, a teacher shortage, a marriage shortage, and an evangelization shortage, I know of no plan past closing and consolidating and restructuring in the name of making all things new. As if that will turn it around. In fact, the diocesan projections from their website are that all of those areas will be in decline over the next several years. There'll be less priests, less Catholic schools, less teachers, less Catholics. May God have mercy on us. And all of this is because we do not know who we are dealing with. We do not know who Jesus Christ is. We do not know on a real and deep and true level that if we would only ask, we would receive. If we would only knock, the door would be opened. If we would only beg him for the outpouring of his grace, which he wants to give us, then we could have these things which he wants to give us. We could have churches that remained open, that were renovated, that were built around communities of Catholics who wanted to move to raise their families near a Catholic church. We could have a surge in vocations, a surge in enrollment, a surge in the sacraments, a surge in grace. We could have a surge in conversions to Catholicism, the creation of a little Christendom right here in this place in central Minnesota. And I know all of this because I know Jesus Christ. And I know that he did each of these things in this place right here in central Minnesota nearly 150 years ago. Churches and hospitals and schools and vocations and families and conversions and a rich Catholic culture were brought about because of the sacrifices of the men and women who ventured to this part of the world on the promise made to them by the early bishops and priests of this diocese that said that this would be the best place to raise a Catholic family. This place would be the best place to raise a Catholic family. And people came, and they built, and the faith flourished for as long as people knew who they were dealing with. Who was really doing the building of the diocese? Well, it was Jesus Christ. And it was on the faith of those pioneers. This was the best place in the world to raise a Catholic family. And that's the vision that I'm putting forth right now to you and to the diocese and whoever else is listening, that we will make this the best place to raise a Catholic family once again. Not because of the All Things New initiative, but in spite of it. We closed our churches during COVID. We denigrated our liturgies in so many ways. We've turned our schools into being the same as public schools with private school tuitions. We've abandoned the mission of Catholic education from kindergarten through our graduate programs in this diocese. It's unaffordable and out of reach of so many. We've removed the religious from our hospitals, and in some, we've forgotten God. We've forgotten who we're dealing with. And so there will be a restoration after this reckoning, but it will come from those who want to be healed. Those who know and understand that nothing, not one thing, is impossible for God. The restoration will come from those who have faith. And how does Jesus respond to those who ask how to increase their faith? Well, he tells them that if they ask great things of God, if they expand their souls to receive what God is trying to give them, if they dare so much as to try to move a mountain with faith the size of a mustard seed, that then it will be done for them. If they just ask, if they knock. So let us have that faith. Let us move those mountains. And if we only do not make excuses for ourselves and respond from our hearts, yes, Lord Jesus, I do want to be healed. Please heal me. Please bring your fire of faith upon this diocese.